Update on Vybz Kartel's appeal. Remember the juror that was charged for perverting the court of justice for trying to bribe the other jurors to come back with a not guilty verdict? Valerie Nita Robertson, which is Vybz Kartel's attorney, says that the evidence submitted yesterday in the trial of Livingston Kane, who is the juror that was accused of trying to bribe the jury, yet again raises questions whether the world boss was fairly treated in his trial. In Vybz Kartel's case and subsequent appeal, serious questions have been raised about the validity of audio recordings being relied on by the Crown. An information technology professional on Thursday testified in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court that 2 audio recordings of conversations said to be between the jury's female foreman and Kane appear to have been doctored. Let me repeat and rephrase that. An information technology professional on Thursday testified in the court that 2 audio recordings of conversations said to be between the jury's female foreman and the Kane, Livingston Kane, appeared to have been doctored. And this is coming from a professional. So 2 of the audio recordings, the content has been changed to deceive the court. So those are no longer valid. Those are false edited recordings. So what does this mean for Vybz Kartel? Well, the defense lawyers had also questioned the credibility of evidence used to convict Kartel. For instance, they argued that the evidence presented during their 17-week trial, which ended in April 2014, showed that the metadata was created on July 6, 2011, 6 weeks before prosecutors claimed the victim, Clive Lizard Williams, went away. And metadata refers to a set of data that describes and gives information about other data. That is metadata. And even though the prosecution had countered that part to say that there was no proof to show that the digital evidence, including phones that were seized from Kartel, were manipulated and altered, the lawyers still question how the metadata and the date when Lizard gone different, completely different. So they believe it was altered, and it's the prosecutor's job to prosecute you. It's their job to counter everything you say. Let's talk more about the recordings in Livingston Kane's case. The splicing in audio. The recordings in Kane's case were taken from a BlackBerry mobile phone believed to have been used to record the conversations. The witness told the court that he found clear evidence of splicing in the audio files. He also said that the stop time for the recording was too clean, suggesting that the audio had been edited. Using audio-visual equipment, he also noted that the clarity of the foreman's voice when compared to Kane's raises suspicion. For example, people, if you are watching a prank video on the internet and the person doing the prank, you're hearing their audio quality, but then the person getting pranked or getting a social experiment, their audio quality clarity is clear and even better than the person's quality that's doing the prank, then you know that it's fake. That person that they are so-called pranking is also wearing a microphone. That's how you know that it's not a prank, it's planned and it's staged. So for example, again, in Livingston Kane's case, if he's recording on a BlackBerry in a courtroom, inside a courtroom, then you know it will have that like echo effect. And then the foreman, who is supposed to be inside the same courtroom, not have that echo effect. Instead, you might be hear breeze, you maybe hear breeze blowing in the background. You just hear a different background and you hear a different audio voice quality. The professional can explain it way better. I him the court calling to do the test, not me. So if the evidence in yesterday's court proceedings shows that this was a case of manipulation and tampering in recordings, who's to tell the motive behind it? Valerie Nita Robertson said, "I wouldn't go any further except to say there must be some motivation behind it. Clearly, people don't do things unless there is a reason." It was also revealed that no forensic image, which would be a replica of the data of the mobile device, was made. In the absence of this, the expert said that the forensic integrity of the recordings could not be validated and thus are unreliable. You hear that? They could not be validated, so they are not reliable. So now you know, whenever an evidence is missing in a case, most likely, police don't bring it in as yet because it's not finished altered or can't be altered, so they need more time, and hopefully the court doesn't ask for it again and just take their word for it. And in addition to that, Valerie Nita Robertson said the phone was never available for examination by the defense. Never available for examination by the lawyers. And of course, the phone won't be available. The police are spending days and nights and days to tamper with it. There is no time to give the lawyers a chance to look at the phone. No. And hear this. This is the excuse why the defense didn't get the phone. The foreman did not have the phone to give us. She went shopping in New York and lost the phone. This is what she said. This is what she told Valerie Nita Robertson. And if the defense had the phone, then they may have found other things like when the date stamp was changed. Valerie said, I don't see how if it is that the court is going to rely on her saying she recorded this thing and it is shown not to be valid. Then where you think we stand? Now to me, this case shows that Vybz Kartel was really set up. And the question behind it, what's the motive? Now remember, and look at it this way. Livington's Kane's case is some way tied to Vybz Kartel's case. The evidence which was used to convict Vybz Kartel are audio recordings, text messages, and Livington's accused of trying to bribe the jury. So if this is not so, and Livingston is innocent, then what makes of Vybz Kartel's evidence? If Livingston Kane is being set up, then why wouldn't Vybz Kartel be set up? If Livingston Kane's audio recordings was altered and tampered with and edited to help convict him, why not Vybz Kartel's audio recordings, which the lawyers found out about the metadata on July the 6th, which was before Clive Lizard Williams was confirmed gone? Do you understand what I'm saying? They set up Livingston Kane to help use as more evidence on Vybz Kartel. A normal person, a normal juror, they are setting him up just to use as more evidence on the artist. So why wouldn't they set up Vybz Kartel too? Is it that them just look for an innocent man to set up to help use as evidence on Kartel? Or they are going to try to set up Kartel too? Kartel audio recordings can be edited too, not just Livington's Kane's. And here's the kicker. This might blow your mind. Remember what the foreman told Valerie Nita Robertson? She said that she was in New York shopping and she lost the phone. So she can't give Valerie Nita Robertson the phone. This is similar to what the police said about Vybz Kartel's phone when it was being used. They said that we were not tampering with Vybz Kartel's phone. We were not editing anything. And when they were asked, so why was the phone being used when it should be locked away in custody? They said, well, the phone was in a cupboard and the key was on top of the cupboard, so anyone could have access to the phone. They would just pick up the key, open the cupboard, use the phone, and we don't know who was using the phone to make about 3 calls and send 1 or 2 text messages. So Vybz Kartel's phone was being used to make calls and sending out messages. So the police did not secure the phone. They were using it. And if I remember quite well, I think the phone was on top of the cupboard, or the key and the phone was in the cupboard. I'm not sure, but one of those two. And that was their excuse. They don't know who was making calls with the phone, who took up the phone and put it back down. They don't know. But what they are sure of, when they were using the phone, when it should be in custody, they were not tampering with anything. Really? That's hard to believe, knowing now that you guys tampered with Livington's Kane audio recordings. What's to stop you from tampering with Vybz Kartel's audio recordings also? This case is looking really shaky. Not just Livington's Kane's case, but Vybz Kartel's case. And as the lawyer said, did Vybz Kartel really get a fair trial? Think about it. Did Vybz Kartel really get a fair trial? Even when the evidence is clear that this man was set up and this man should be freed, a lot of people don't want him to be freed. And this is why Valerie asked, what is the real motive behind all of this? Let me know what you think, people. Leave your comments below. I will read them all. Leave your comments down below and have a good one. Thanks for watching.